Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you all know what time it is. It's Monday night and it's pro time. That's right, it's installment number 2 this evening for SOP Motorsports British GT Round 6 from Snetterton. It's the pros, so of course I'm going to be joined by Kane Denham.
Good evening.
As we take you through all the action and yes, cue all the bomb hole jokes from earlier, absolutely. We're going to be watching the pros this evening, which means I've clicked the wrong button, because if I click that button, we'll have a quick look at the AM standings, because there, and it is going to be quick because we're running slightly behind tonight. Jimmy Boy Horn's leading the way in the amateurs at the moment with GT Charity in second and Shab Josh is in third. Tied on points with Dark Blue Dan. 3 drivers on 100 points there. Just someone was asking earlier if the amateur racing was good. Well, there you go. There is a bit of a clue as to just how good it is. The pro standings. It is Carmentalist leading the way quite comfortably at the minute from SOP's Albi. Militant in third. Floppy Fox in fourth. Neil Afonso in fifth. Slightly disjointed, slightly all over the place. It is a live SOP broadcast. It is a pro broadcast, so it means only one thing. It is, of course, Kane Denham. How are we doing this evening, Kane? Sorry, this morning, Kane.
Fantastic, John. Fantastic. Ready for an action-packed Snetterton 75 minutes. Cannot wait. These guys are looking at the timing board here with 2 minutes left on qualifying. We've got 4 of the top drivers within a tenth of each other, John. Within a tenth. Very, very quick around here. And yeah, and these guys are going to have an awful battle on their hands to get through 75 minutes, as we've just seen in the silver class.
Yes, indeed. The silver race was indeed fun. I strongly recommend going back to watch that. Hill Rocker, what happened to you at the end, bud? Did you have damage? Why did you come in the pits? You were involved in so much action, and then just for some reason, Whale Castle, I believe, looked like he got the absolute drop on you, bud. So what was going on there? Give us a clue. Love to get the drivers in the chat after. I have a quali ban, boys, in case you all are wondering. Ben Gallagher's not doing a last to first manoeuvre. He is actually in jail. Leon Seeley, guess who's back? Back again. Leon's back. Tell a friend. The Spreemy one is cheering on the ERS.
Leon racing tonight, John?
Yeah, Leon. Yeah, there's a good point raised by my co-commentator. Should Leon Seeley...
Where are you, Leon?
11th in the
Running
championship.
Out of fuel. Hill Rocker.
Run out of fuel.
I had those suspicions, John. I was trying to talk to you in the chat.
Okay.
On microphone whilst watching Twitch. It doesn't work. You don't hear me. I tried to tell you I think Hill Rock is out of fuel. And yeah, like I said, you didn't hear me.
No.
Nobody heard me at home.
Right.
My neighbours heard me because they ended up shouting it. John, he's out of fuel. Nothing. So We
It turns out the
love to have
telekinesis
that
doesn't
confirmed.
work.
Leon Seeley's just joined back in. He's away for the next 2 weeks, so just enjoying
Okay.
the spectator mode of SOP here.
Excellent, excellent. That's what we like to see. It's certainly like to see the action on track. It is near the 2 minutes left of the qualifying session, so the drivers will have time to finish out these laps. Jack's already got the podium, but of course SV5, Floppy Fox are still out on track, and so is Clueless God. Jack UFC wasn't the chat earlier. Didn't really respond to the whole Jack West Ham, Jack UFC thing, so we're not sure which one to go by. He's perhaps not a UFC fan. We certainly are. So as high praise, we'll call him Jack UFC. He's coming along the Bentley straight now. He's going to then go into Nelson's, and eventually after another 2 right-handers come out through Murray's. 147.0 at the moment, so really this is a pride thing to make sure they qualify. First to 12th within a second. Spicy. Yeah, you better believe it, mate.
Absolutely is.
Yeah, I mean that really is. Yeah, I mean there was a 10th between the top 5. In fact, if you look at second through to 5th, there's less than a 10th. There's like ridiculously close.
So Jack's pulled that 147 flat out towards the end there, John, and broken that.
Oh, 46.8.
Grouping, and there we go. That's absolutely smashed that little grouping. So what went within, yeah, as you said, 4 drivers, the top 4 drivers within a 10th of each other. Jack said, hold my UFC, and I'm going to 46.89, so plenty of pace there from the ERS Bentley. Oh
yeah, that is a quality time. That is a quality time, MSX is pointing out. You best believe it. 146.8. That is just insane. As ERS, he was getting cheered on by the team. The Spreemy won, of course. Give the ERS team, there we go. Oh, look at that. Is that a SpongeBob SquarePants thing? Wow. I didn't even know you got them. Didn't even know you got them. Yeah, so the Spreemy won, cheering on. There's TJ... Dubai? I've struggled with that one as well. Sorry, mate. I pronounce your name differently every time you come into the stream. Yeah, but Team ERS, 1st, 4th, and 5th at the moment. Spectacular showing. 3 of the top 5. Carmentalist in 2nd. Albie for SOP in 3rd. And he's backed up in 6th by SOP teammate SV5. Then it's Milanista and Floppy Fox on row 4 of the grid. Row 5 is Tumnos and Octane. Then it is Flashato and Tropic Rot on row 6, Neil Afonso and FRT Bez on row number 7. Row number 8, that's That Guitar Dude and Clueless God. And row number 9, serving a qualification ban, is SOP's Ben Gallagher. Yes, we do have a genetic. Clueless God unfortunately joined with a GT4 originally, and then very quickly backed out when he realised his practice times were way further off than he'd imagined they were going to be against the rest of the field. But that is the starting lineup we've got there, Kane. Qualification grid is looking pretty sweet. Carmentalist is leading the championship. Albie is in 2nd in the 2nd in the championship, and Militant is 3rd in the championship. So Jack has gotten himself a great jump. He's 6th in the championship, so he's leading here. So that's going to be great impetus for him to get a charge. And I did say this was going to go down to the last race, so I'm going somewhere with this, Kane. I did say this was going to go right down to the last race to decide who was going to win. And with qualification results like this in a track like this, that would certainly be a safe assumption at the start of this race.
Yeah, it's a safe assumption at the start of these series that these whole events will go down to the end of the rounds. The closeness of the competitors is ridiculous, like we've touched on before in previous rounds. The closeness in the time set to get their gold standings or their pro standings or silver standings. There's not anything in it really between these pros, silvers, all the way down to the AM class. So always a chance for these battles to go all the way to the end round. And as we see again now, got Albie in second, so he's not going anywhere in a hurry. Our Mentalist is going to have all sorts of pressure to keep his championship lead. And as you said, Jack's out there in pole position, so he's got a great chance to improve his standings as well. But as we look down the list, John, any one of those names can come through and win this, really.
Absolutely, definitely, 100 million %. We really could see any one of 12, 14 drivers win this race, and there's only 17 starting, so it really is that strong a field. Ian Egan, hashtag BSOP, he's replying to from MSX, of course. MSX, great race earlier, bud. Zombie Dom, good evening. How we doing? Who's everybody cheering on? We know that we have the Spreemy one is cheering on Team ERS, and we've got MSX cheering on Team SOP. Do we have any FRT, Fire Team Racing fans in the house? Any Indigo Lime supporters in the house? I'm Mike the God. Ah, Mike! How we doing? Right, okay. There we go. That's Mike the God. There we go. People need to get their names all sorted out. That's Mike the God, the McLaren driver. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate race, yeah.
Behind Ben. Let's see how far he can get.
Yeah, Qualiban starting 17th position. That's going to be a fun one. Oh, Militant didn't hit drive.
Oh, so big news there, John. Not a good start at all. Militant in third. Third. Start with the first one. Militant third in the championships. Can be starting from the very back. So
he qualified fourth.
Yes. So.
Wow. So there you go. There. Ben Gallagher has already made it back a place.
Ben on the charge in the formation lap.
Yep, unbelievable pace that man's got. Just goes to show you his dedication to racing. He's actually making up places on the formation lap. That is how OP the McLaren is here at Snetterton. Ben, you're right, MSX, absolutely on fire. What a start for the man, what a start. So, GT in the house, big up. We like it. Mr. Death Zone again, coming in to say hello. It is a grueling track, Mr. Death Zone. You certainly made it look like hard work earlier, but that was... Ben is the SOP power. Awesome. Where is Leon from? Militant, just can't catch a break. I know, Militant, that is absolutely brutal. Yeah, Leon, I knew you were from someplace cozy like that. I'm scared to ask. Honestly, scared to ask sometimes, because, yeah, I mean, for me it's warm here right now, and it's 28 degrees. And I'm sitting here feeling like I'm...
Oh, John, sorry, we'll join the chat. Militant's been disconnected, so that's the reasoning why the pit and no start. So not ideal at all. Can Militant get back in? Have we got a closed server? What's the deal there? Is there any... Oof, that's tough.
Yeah, that is really tough there. That is really tough. Oh, we've got a Floppy Fox fan. Floppy Fox Hype Train. Turn down for what? Turn down for what? I love that tune. I love that tune. That's on a playlist that my daughter and I made for driving Alton Towers. Which is car related because it was a 6-hour journey. I did 4. Oh, boom. Let's just gloss over that one though. Let's just gloss over that one. Once you got the Barbarian and you enjoy your time with the family. Oh yeah, Leon's on holiday at the minute, that's right. He'll be enjoying that. Lives in London at the moment. Mr. Deathzone saying the lesson is practice, practice, practice. Definitely. When you're trying to manoeuvre your way around the bomb hole and into Murray's, you definitely want to do that with plenty of practice. You definitely don't want to go in. Kane, it's going to be an interesting race. 75 minutes with a mandatory pit stop. Let me just cut you off there. They're coming around the last corner. I was trying to stop myself saying something to get myself sacked. The jokes are becoming thick and fast this evening. By the way, John, another lovely overtake. Yes, Mr. Death Zone, we did see it. We did see you go round the outside again. It was on the show. You should go back and watch it after you've watched this. Let's see who is the pro. Will we see pro laps tonight from the top tier? It's green lights, it's foot down, flat out. Oh, the McLaren in the background making some moves. The McLaren in the foreground, though. Car Mentalist holds on to his position, goes defensive, but Albie tries to put one up the inside, has the back right out of it, meaning the Mercedes is going to come right round the outside. So it's ERS Agfra trying to join his teammate Jack on the podium. Oh, it's going to be very tight. Is he going to get the cut back? No, he's not. He's going to get cut up there. SV5 says, thank you very much. You left a bit much space, and I'm going to take that. So SV5 has moved up a position at the expense of Acra. Oh, we've got somebody facing the wrong way. Oh, it's Agfra. It is Agfra. Agfra facing the wrong way. Lights up the back tyres on the exit there. And no, he didn't. No, he didn't. He was tagged by Floppy Fox, unfortunately. So it looks like Floppy Fox has tagged Agfra. Floppy has waited to give Agfra the place back. That sportsmanship there, unbelievable. That's going to cost them both hugely. But you do love to see that dedication to the sportsmanship. If you make a mistake, don't make it worse for yourself or anybody else. Look how close these drivers all are, though. This is absolute heaven right here. They are all right on top of one another into this first lap. Jack still leading the way, Car Mentalist second, Albie in third, SV5 in fourth, Milanista in fifth, Tropic Rot sixth, Flashato seventh, Octane 8, Neil Afonso in ninth, and Bez up into 10th position. Then it is that guitar dude, Tumnos, and Ben Gallagher up to 13th at the moment. Clueless God in 14th position, Act for 15th, Floppy Fox in 16th, and Militant, the disconnected from 4th place. He's down in 17th position. Very quick though, thick and fast through the field. Kane, talk to me here about this this little group here between 6th through to 13th. They're right in one another. Pop, we thought the qualifying was close.
Yeah, just on board with Tropic Rot there, getting a real boot full of Milanista. Milanista going defensive early as they head around to almost complete the first lap, John. So pretty clean for the first lap out there of the 75. Yeah, Flashato up the inside there. So Tropic Rot was all over the back of Milanista. Now he's got all sorts of problems with Tropic Rot. There's another car's off in the corner there. That is Albie, John.
Oh, Albie down, Albie down. Oh, and he is dropping down the order. Pummeling down the order. Sorry, you go, Ken,
he's going to come back out in 16th position. 16th. Yeah, we've got Militant back out on track, so he's managed to make it back. It's going to be a long 75 minutes.
Never count out Albie.
But very glad to see the ERS driver make it back in that Porsche tonight. So yeah, Albie's going to have another long drive. Interesting to see. I might actually have a look. We can do that. I'll have a look.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, go and have a look at the replay, bud. See what you can see. And I'm going to see what I can see. And what I can see is cars as far as the eye can see. They're all on top of one another. This is the pros for a reason. There has been a bit of coming together, though, in the background. We've got Tumlos and the guitar dude. They're now battling out. Bez is trying to get involved. In fact, Bez is through. So Bez has made it through on Tumlos, that guitar dude. Ben Gallagher's up to 12th. Clueless God is up to 13th position. We've got a subscription, Mr. Death Zone. Awesome work from the SOP team and all the members to get to this point. Mr. Death Zone. It's all about the drivers on track. In fact, the 1 year anniversary week this is. In fact, yeah, Homeschool Racer just tweeted today. He's getting involved in the race on Wednesday night because his first ever race was through SOP. So yes, thank you very much, John and Johnny and Kano's JW. How we doing, bud? As you can see, it's all action all the time with this lot. Very close here. Jack UFC off in the lead. Car Mentalist and SOP SV5 in second and third. Oh, but it's all kinds of action here with Milanista. Flashato has taken another place. He has taken no prisoners here. The McLaren proving to be an awesome car here. Flashato has got the move done on Milanista, who's got Tropic Rot and Octane, who they're all up a position just in behind them. Then it's Neil Afonso. Come on, Neilio. He is in 8th at the minute. Then we've got Bez and Tumnos. With SOP's Ben Gallagher now up to 11th. He has dispatched of Clueless God, so he's made up 6 places. Tropic Rot still closing in there, so the battle then really, though Flashato is leaving this behind here. He is on an absolute charge at the moment. Flashato leading the way from his FRT teammate Milanista. Then it's Tropic Rot trying to defend now from Octane. Octane's definitely got a good run here. Oh, Tropic Rot switches sides onto Nelson's. Up the inside for the Lexus. Keeps it nice and clean. Oh, and it's all getting nice and close in the background there. Bez, Toomnose and Ben Gallagher got a great view of that one there. Bez and Toomnose. Bit of door banging there. Gives them a bit of space back to Neil Afonso. Octane off and running. He's hit the ground running since he got that overtake done. Coming through the bomb hole into Karan. Left-hander into Murray's. No, the undoing of many a poor racer, sim and real, that left-hander, I'll tell you. JW, do you remember that from Project Cars 2 in the Audi A1s, mate? Do you remember that? Remember that? Do you remember that corner in the Audi A1s, mate? Or have you, did you speak to your therapist and get that blocked out like I did? Because, oh my goodness me, young man. That was the stuff of nightmares. Ben Gallagher, this is your 2-minute update. Ben is now up to 12th. Fake news, he's actually up to 11th. Yeah, I remember it well. JW, man, off. Those were the days, my friend. Those were the days. Absolute horror show of a corner in that car. But yeah, good fun when you actually got it right. Let's see, enough of my past. Kane, did you get us an update from the replay, my friend?
Yeah, we've got an update. Leon Seeley's got just as much of an update from it. He jumped into SV5 stream and saw Albie snap and lose it, which is exactly what I saw.
Okay.
Did look a little bit glitchy to me, so I'm not too sure if it was all driver input or there was a little bit more involved in it. It did look very awkward from the replay, very rigid, we shall say. Yeah, it looked very suspicious, so let's hope it wasn't.
Could it be a connection or equipment issue or?
Yeah, possibly. So
right, okay.
He's fallen back down to 17th now, so Militant's made his way past. See how Albie gets on. There could be a little bit of damage involved with that car as well.
That poor Ferrari has been through the wars then. Albie then down in 17th with another driver in the disconnection wars. That's Militant, the ERS driver, but he is steaming through the field. That guitar dude in the Macca, mate. He is in 15th. Floppy Fox down in 14th. After collecting Akfra in turn 3. Clueless God 13th. Akfra is up to 12th after being collected by Floppy Fox in turn 3. And then it's Ben Gallagher in 11th, the SOP Superstar Charger, cutting his way through the field nicely, of course, ably assisted by some over-eager adrenaline from some of the drivers around him. It's FRT Bez just ahead of him, and FRT Toomnose just ahead of him. That's 9th and 10th for the race so far. Neil Afonso, come on Neilio! Not that I'm biased. He's in 8th. He's all over the back of Tropic Rot then. Trying to get, you can see that beautiful car line of cars there. Octane just ahead of them. He got the move done on Tropic Rot after Milanista and Flashato, now 4th and 5th, had made some great moves there. And Flashato, talk about a driver on a charge. Well, Ben Gallagher, Mr. Flashato, he's holding both beers, a Jack Daniels and Coke and a bottle of Glaive, my friend, because he is now all over the back SOP's SV5, and he is thoroughly challenging, curse to the commentator, for the
very much so there, John. Oh, big hold your breath moment. Didn't know whether he was going to come into the back there of the SOP driver in front, but managed to hold off and just pull it up before hitting the grass. So very lucky, a little bit of extra concrete there on the exit. Definitely did help. But yeah, Flashato definitely on a charge here. Started in 11th position in that McLaren. And so maybe not quite the perfect qualifying setup, but he's definitely got this thing dialed around here with a tank full of fuel. So very, very good start from Flashato up into 4th. And like we say, challenging for podium position already.
Yeah, he is. And I think, yeah, Ben is up to 11. Oh, Octane's down. Octane's down. Akfra has just been collected. Yeah, oh, right, so Octane there made a mistake going through the bomb hole, lost his car, tried to straighten up and get on his brakes. Unfortunately, the back end of the car was sticking out in the track, and look at Akfra then. Ah, you talk about unlucky driver today. That is absolutely heartbreaking to see that. Guy's absolutely running the race of a lifetime and gets collected in 2 incidents. Absolutely nothing he could do about that one there. Nothing that Akfra could do about that one there, and he's been fully collected and absolutely annihilated. And I'll tell you what as well, Neil Afonso is going to make the most of that. The camera's gone all messy because we were in the pits here for a second. I will back out here and change that. Clueless God He's benefited from that as well. He's got the run through. Ben Gallagher 11th, that guitar dude Bez Militant did make it through. Octane though, he really is going to struggle because that was a big old hit he took as well from the speeding Mercedes. So there we go. Neil Afonso on Tropic Rot. Let's get a better camera angle on this. Ah, no. Neil Afonso. Floppy Fox is getting some love in the chat, and I tell you, I think he's getting some love on track. Oh, Floppy gets past Clueless God. Clueless God can't quite hold it then. And Ben Gallagher's going to make it through as well. So is that guitar dude. FRT Bez is going to get through. So Clueless having a bit of a wiggle there. And dropping quite a few places. Floppy Fox getting the hype in the chat. Oh, Ben comes in at slightly the wrong angle there. Does manage to hold it. That's giving that guitar dude the slipstream on him. Giving Floppy Fox a bit of space now. Up into 9th. Neil Afonso's got himself a nice clear bit of track. Come on, Neilio. Flashato is definitely looking quick as well. I tell you, he seems to be the man on the chat. Although let's not jump on board with anybody just yet. As Ben Gallagher. Let's have a look at Floppy Fox. Less than a half a second there. There's less than 2 seconds separating these 4 drivers. Militant coming flying past Clueless God as well. I think Clueless realising that he's completely outpaced by Militant here as well to let him through. Not a bad strategy. Akfra, he's got his car repaired. We know how quick he is. How far up the field can he hit? Albi, he's got his car repaired. We know how quick he is. How far up the field can he get? Militant has already passed Clueless God, so I don't know why the timing board's lying to us. That guitar dude, he's still got FRT Bez ahead of him. He's trying to close in on Ben Gallagher, who's trying to close the gap on Floppy Fox, who's trying to close the gap on Neil Afonso, and they are all chasing Tropic Rot in the Mercedes, who's currently in 7th position. These group of drivers going to do their best to try and close up if they can't at Tropic and make an assault on the top 6, where we see Tumnos, Milanista, Flashato, SV5, Carmentalist now within half a second of Jack. So Carmentalist, Kane, he's seen what's going on behind him. He's seen Flashato on the charge, and he doesn't want to be the first one in the firing line for this, does he?
Absolutely not, John. No. Just joined Octane on his trip back to the pits after that massive collision. Very much a struggle there. Took the whole thing off-road to avoid any other cars, pretty much. So that's been a devastating impact there. I did watch that on the replay. I had flinched at the same moment of impact. It was huge.
One of those.
So Octane into the pits. Yeah, definitely one of those. Nowhere to go. Yeah. ERS Jack and Carmentalist have really taken the two positions at the front. They've really taken this off. They're off by themselves. SV5's got a lot of work to catch up there. Like you say, with Flashato all over the back of, so that battle's going to play out for the rest of this race, no doubt. Octane's just come out of the pit, so that's nearly a minute worth of damage on that car, so that's not going to be quite 100% as well, we know.
Sorry, I just got a message in the chat. What's happened to Ben? Yeah, down to 13th. In fact, yeah, Clueless God's gotten through as well. So what's happened to Ben? Tell you what, Kane, could you have a wee nosy, see what car number 45, Ben, see what's happened with him? I'll jump back on board with Flashato, because Flashato and SV5, this is an absolutely enthralling battle between these two. And the cameraman is so terrible around this track. Let's go into the helmet cam, into Nelson's. Again, let me just make sure you still hear me. Let me just turn it in a little bit. So there we go, we're on board then. In the McLaren, that is my beloved Ferrari. You can see in front, but all I'm cheering on here is an unbelievable race between these two. And that's exactly what we're getting. This is the right-hander. Right now, JW is reaching over for his steering wheel, jamming on the brakes, throwing that steering wheel left. Come on, Audi A1. It's okay, John. It's okay, JW. It's just PTSD, mate. Let us deal with the driving for now. That's Flashato and SV5. Yeah, Mr. Deathzone does have a corner with his name. Deathzone Bend, of course, at Imola. And yeah, after driving Imola myself, it's no wonder that, yeah, you pull an overtake there was an absolute cracker. Let's see if Flashato can do the same. Definitely the man on fire in this race. Ben was having a great race. He's dropped back off a few places. We've got Kane just checking that replay.
Yeah, that's FRT Best, John, and Ben Gallagher coming together there, trying to go side by side. Looks like FRT might have got a little bit loose there and just snap correction straight into the back of Ben Gallagher. So they've both gone off in the grass. Spent a little bit of time there waiting for the cars to pass and have rejoined. So let's hope not too much damage done to either of those cars and they can continue on their way to the end.
Yeah, indeed. Indeed, we're still watching there. JW has actually spilled some beer there. My apologies, JW. Just send me which brand it is. I'll get a couple of cans to you in the post. Sacrilege, Ian saying, for spilling the beer. Or no, he's saying, oh, there's an alarm clock sound in. Why is there an alarm clock sound in? Don't do that. What's going on? I meant the track Nelson's. My name is Nelson. I actually knew that, Mr. Desmond. I actually knew that. But there was too many jokes about one eye. I thought I'd better leave them alone. Look how close these two are getting though. 58 minutes left of this. We've only been going for 17 minutes, and of course, we still, I thought Mary Poppin, we still have the mandatory pit stop to take. This is Flashato and SV5 are watching at the moment. Carmentalist and Jack are very, very quick at the moment. Carmentalist has just posted a 1 minute 48.2. SV5, Albi's done a 48.7. Oh, so these guys are 8/10 off the pace there. Perhaps the defending that we're seeing. Let's jump back up onto Helicam and have a look and see how the rest of the field are doing at the moment. I've had that on the wrong camera the whole time. Floppy Fox is in 9th. Neil Afonso in 8th. They have closed the gap on Tropic Rock. Oh, stop. Go penalty for cutting.
That's a new one, John.
Yeah. I've never seen that described as cutting before, and he's far too far away from the pit entrance, so...
It's definitely not a pit. Ooh, as Flashato gets all over the back there again. So that McLaren under braking is definitely quicker. Really draws up the back of the SV5 there, but has to push further, so he's lost a little bit of time. Yeah, stop go for cutting. So that's more than track limits, less than speeding in the pits.
Yeah, that's a strange
Interesting.
one. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. Ben Gallagher is in the pits. Floppy Fox is definitely closing his gap with Neil Afonso. He wants to get himself well up the
Now,
Ferrari
I wonder
pit
if
run.
that... Okay, so Mr. Deathstone, sorry, he's just joined in the chat. He missed a sector on track. I'm wondering if that was when he was damaged coming back. He did go around the grass instead of hitting bomb hole. And
Right,
he's gone
okay.
around the grass. He's gone off with that damage. So I'm wondering if, yeah...
Right, so, well, it's not often you get a penalty for avoiding the bomb hole, but he did. And it looks like he's cut that with the damage. So, yeah, he's in the pits now. So any damage he's got to get repaired, we'll have to wait 10 seconds before that starts.
Well, Octane's been in the pits for a minute already as well, John. So
Yeah, so he's getting his damage repaired. Oh, he's already been
came in and got damage repaired.
Okay, wow.
Yep, gone back out on track and then got the stop go for 10 seconds out on that out lap, I believe.
Right, okay. Well, it's one of those, perhaps, yeah, we've all been there, or anyone that's driven the game, you know that if you get yourself some damage and repair it, it can sometimes make the car even more undrivable than it was with the damage. So it could be that his outlap has revealed the car. Yeah, Mr. Deathstone saying game over for him. Race over for Octane. It does look like. Unfortunate as well, he qualified well inside the top 10 and definitely looked like he was battling for a top 5 spot. Floppy Fox is keen on breaking my heart. The chat are going to be loving this, but he's got a move done on Neil Afonso. He's up to 8th position. And he will now try and close in on Tropic Rock. Sorry, Kieran, you go?
Yeah, Militant closing up to the back of that battle as well, John. Remember, Militant, the ARS driver, did start from the pits with that disconnection.
Floppy's off.
Floppy Fox has gone off. Militant should have the run here on this long straight, Bentley straight. Gonna be, yeah, who's got the nerve to keep their brakes laid into Nelson's? And no contact
Oh, a little bit of contact on the way out, but how did they not make contact on the way in? That is absolutely phenomenal control from both drivers. Militant then suffered disconnect, and he is up to 9th position then after Floppy Fox battling has been. I tell you what, Floppy's got another ERS driver behind him, but it's a Little's Akfra. So that is Akfra in 16th, looking to unlap himself, and he has taken his pit. We know that Akfra is one of the top 4 drivers on this track, based on the quali times. So this is certainly an interesting position. It puts him in time to unlap himself against drivers who are technically slower than him, but are battling for position 1 lap ahead of him. Is he going to get a move up the inside? He's not there. Floppy is not keen on letting Militant off and run. And of course, both drivers still trying to catch up to Neil Afonso. Milanista, he's making the most of the battle that is ensuing between Flashato, Man on Fire, and SV5. And the FRT teammates are now closer than FRT is to SOP, which will be great viewing for the SOP SV5 driver. Car Mentalist is still keeping Jack very honest. The gap between these two drivers, Kane, has never been any less than 4 tenths and never any more than 8 tenths for the last 5 laps. That is unbelievable driving from the two of them. And to keep and while doing this, they're still, let's just put this in perspective, they're still extending the gap to 3rd place while driving so closely and quickly. It's just incredible the level of control that some of these pros have got.
Yeah, super consistent. We're used to seeing that, like you said, from these pro drivers. They put it on week in, week out, and these two definitely putting it on. Can't help but think Car Mentalist just hanging off the back here, just waiting for his moment in the race. That McLaren, as we've seen with Flashato, definitely can be set up around here for Snetterton to be very, very quick. So Car Mentalist, yeah, leading driver in the championship as well. So if you're looking to just hold on here, they are extending their lead from 3rd place. And yeah, SOP SV5, he's going to be in this battle with Flashato for most of the race as well. Those FRT drivers looking to gang up on the SOP Ferrari, no doubt, and they'll yeah, have the whole gang coming at SOP shortly.
Somebody's just disconnected. Ah!
Another disconnect. Who have
I don't know, I just saw a
lost?
name disappear there. Octane was 17th, and then he suddenly went to 16th. Somebody's disconnected, and there was no one else in the pits, so
It's a clueless god there.
that is Clueless God. That is Clueless God. Yeah, I can only apologise, JW. I can't believe that was the last one in the house and I made you spill your beer, mate. I'm really sorry. Vargas didn't have a good race tonight. Finished P7. Mr. Desso wants to delete this, and Paul Ricard. Actually, Mr. Desso, I'll tell you what. Not to blow my own trumpet, but what a race I had at Paul Ricard last night, by the way. You really should go onto my channel and watch the replay. It was absolutely epic. Iggy is in the chat. Congratulations in the Lambo. Well held for the podium earlier, my man. That was some quality racing in the silver.
Vargas sim racing in the chat too, John.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I said yeah. P7. I was saying congratulations to Vargas for the P7. Mr. Death Zone. Mr. Death Zone was watching. So you were. That was a great race. I actually went back and watched the
how much
commentator
attention
stream.
you were paying to the race, John.
I know, I was actually
John
paying
didn't-
attention to the race for once, eh? It showed.
He told me a few stories from the race this morning too. I'm like, yeah, John, I've seen all of that. It was
Yep.
very nice. Very nice. No, did you see? Yep. I was there too. Yep, we were there. weren't
Just
we,
reliving
Mr.
my one and
Death Zone?
only
Cheering
glory.
on. It was a very nice. John's got a new favourite track we've seen. He's been pumping out the laps at Paul Ricard for the last 12 hours now, so it's good to see him mixing it up and changing his loves.
Indeed.
Might be back in the Lexus too, hey John.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Don't swear at me. Don't swear at me. Yeah, no, I'll never go as far as the Lexus, but yeah, I've definitely changed my tune on the whole Paul Ricard thing. It is actually quite a decent course. I had the 3 overtakes in 1 lap, so I'm not going to argue with that one. Militant looking to make the overtake on Neil Afonso then. He's right in the chat. It's getting mentioned, but absolute cracking charge. 3 wide double overtake. I was on fire. Yes, indeed, I was, Mr. Deathzone. Thank you very much. Lexus's love, says Ian Egan. No. We've got Militant then. He's
Militant
got
getting that move done on Nilifonso, John. So Militant up into 8th when timing boards readjust now.
There we go. Coming into Nelson's. Floppy Fox in the background. He's gathered himself. Neil Afonso's going to get himself some awesome slipstream here. So they're going to come round into Murray's. Full on the brakes. Neil Afonso will try and get as much slipstream as he can for the start of the next lap. Bez then. He's coming in through Nelson's. Up to the back of that guitar dude. We're going to get close there as well. Milanista. Yeah, so it's the FRT team as well then. We've got 4 drivers have taken their pits so far. Ben Gallagher, Albi, Akfra and Octane 06. They've all taken their pits. Milanista and Flashato still got to take theirs. We're well within range of comfortably finishing the race on a set of tyres if you change them now. But of course, the longer you go in your first stint, the fresher the tyres will have. But of course, you don't want to offset that time by losing time staying out too long on your first stint. So we'll see when the drivers all decide to come in, whether they decide to avoid some impending battles. It'll certainly be interesting to see which one of these 2 FRT teammates takes their pit stop first. Militant, of course, on an absolute charge. He'll not be looking to break his rhythm any time soon. Bez still trying to get past that guitar dude. In fact, closing in on the braking zone once again. Car Mentalist, what's happened there? Car Mentalist, yeah, replay please, replay. Car Mentalist has lost 10 seconds in 1 lap. Can we have a look and see there? He's right back. He's literally gone from within 7/10 of Jack to 10.7 seconds and right on top of SV5. In fact, SV5 almost piled into the back of him coming into thingy. This is Karts, not Racers Tracks. Don't at me. This is a go-karts track, sorry. Yeah, I get that. Fireworks in the pad shed tonight. Yeah, this definitely does feel a bit like a go-kart track. But yeah, let's find out what's going on then. Because Car Mentalist has lost a lot of time. Milanista's got the move done on Flashato. Flashato has succumbed to Milanista then. Milanista up to 5th place now. Can he catch up with FRT Tumnos? It is all change right through the field all the time here. So at the moment we've got Akfra and Albi 15th, 14th, Ben Gallagher 13th, Bez 12th. Then 11th is that guitar dude, 10th Floppy Fox, Neil Afonso was 9th, Militant closing in on Tropic Rot. I did say they were all going to be chasing them down. And that is coming to fruition now, 30 minutes into the race. It's Tropic Rot in 7th, Flashato in 6th, just been overtaken by teammate Milanista. Just ahead of him is FRT Tumnos, and it's SOP SV5 in 3rd. And now finding himself a bit more of a gap to Car Mentalist, who has somehow managed to lose 10.4 seconds.
Yeah, so I think Agostini or Hamilton, John, we're just trying to work out. I've not driven around here, so it's a little bit tricky for me. Yeah, just a little bit of curb there. So real simple problem in that McLaren. Just bumped the curb with the inside left tyres and sent that thing into a spin. So in the spin, had to drive through the grass. We know how difficult that is in these cars, spinning left and right. So yeah, just joined back on track and actually had Albi right behind at one stage. So we'll see where that battle is back out on track now. Jack got 11 seconds clear, but
11.4 seconds. That is an absolute healthy gap he's got.
So yeah, Albi is in between, SOP, SV5 and Car Mentalist. So a little bit of blue flag there for very fast Albi. So not used to be seeing those colours on screen for
I know,
sure.
he'll be wondering what's going on. What is this?
Albi has completed his pit stop as well, so that'll all get sorted out when these guys come into pit. But yeah, Car Mentalist, big off there, which is lost him plenty of time, as we said.
Yeah, that's really going to compromise. Although, as far as the championship standings go, it's not a huge loss to be sitting where he is, because Jack is 6th in the championship, and Car Mentalist is. He's going to lose a bit of ground to Jack, but he's certainly not going to lose ground to anyone else in the championship, given that he's in 2nd. So, yeah, that little bit of mistake, he really needs to, get his head down, reconcentrate, refocus, and yeah, he still is our championship. What is it? Champion incumbent? Is that what you call it? He is the man leading. Is it incumbent?
Sure.
I'm sure that's the word. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm going with that.
Was he the
Well, yeah, because he's 6 points.
He's the championship leader.
Yeah, he is the championship leader, and he's 16 points ahead of the man in 2nd place. It's actually Albie. And as we can see, Albie's down in 14th at the moment. 3rd in the championship is Militant. And Militant is on a charge, up in 7th. How much closer can he get to Car Mentalist, though? And then it's Floppy Fox, Neil Afonso, and then Jack. So again, Car Mentalist still making great ground on the competitors that he needs to hang on to this championship. Okay, yeah.
God.
On you go.
Yeah, I did catch a bit of a glimpse of that through the replay as well. Clueless God was still stuck on track. I'm not sure whether the drivers could see him on track. They were driving straight through him, through the corner. Yeah, had that unfortunate DQ, but a little bit of a happy DQ. No longer on that track, but a tough outing after 3 weeks off for Clueless God. So slight positive to take out of the DQ tonight. Get back in there and suffer, Mr. Death Zone says. You torture machine.
Yeah, that was, I know, that was, yeah, so I was just checking something in the chat. I don't understand why we don't have that emote that you're talking about, bud. Iggy, we should have that emote. The better TV ones are, we do have the tick in the box. So I don't know whether it's something we need to add on the website as well, but certainly in the Streamlabs settings we do have that emote. I'm not that I'm too familiar with a lot of them, but yeah. Anyway, enough emote talk. It's always curious when someone says someone doesn't work and it's ticked. So I don't know. Can you try that again, please, Iggy? I don't know a lot of those emotes, but yeah, if you give it a go again, mate, and see if it pops up. Like I say, the better TTV. I do recognise that name in the button. It is definitely ticked, so hopefully that will work for you. We're having a run down the field then. Jack, sorry, I was all squirrely there as Kane was talking interesting stuff. That's what I said. It's I'll save myself for work tomorrow. Have a good race. Or maybe it's on track next week. I'll see how tomorrow goes. Twitch Zoomer. I don't even know what that means. Is that just someone who zooms about different channels on Twitch? Because that's okay. Let's see. Yeah, Clueless God, have a good one. Save yourself for work tomorrow. We will see you again back on track soon. Ben still trying to get past that guitar dude. The battle for 10th still raging on. Tropic Rot 9th. Floppy Fox in 8th. Militant is 7th. Le Chateau hanging on to 6th now after being gazumped by his teammates. So Le Chateau was on a massive charge. Somebody in the chat said time to pit. I would say so. Definitely for Le Chateau. Whatever's happening now, you could certainly do with some fresh tyres, I would say, and get himself back out, because the charge has been quelled. Milanista is in 5th. Timnos in 4th. We've got SV5 hanging on to the podium with Car Mentalist in 2nd, and Jack well off in the lead, still 11 seconds. So I did wonder in the early stages if the gap between Jack and Car Mentalist was simply being managed, but it does look like the two of them are pretty much exactly the same pace. This 11-second gap hasn't really changed or abated any since we got into this position. So Car Mentalist, it looks like he really does, even with 40 minutes left, he really is going to have his work cut out for him, catching up to Jack. And Jack has absolutely got all the decisions in his own hands at the moment, because he has absolute, spade loads of space in front of him. In fact, the next car is Neil Afonso.
Well,
2 or
that's
3 points
FRT
ahead.
Bess off at Nelson's again, John. So
Oof.
it's not been the best for the Bentley out there as well. Neil Afonso's coming and made his pit stop. He's got that mandatory pit cleared and done. So he's a leading driver out now that has that pit stop completed. SOP Gallagher a fair chunk behind there too. So Neil Afonso got a good gap there on the SOP driver.
And yeah, Bez into the pits then. So yeah, Bez, as you were saying, he's not having the best of times in the Bentley. Militant is facing an FRT wall. He is. He's still got a fair bit of time to catch up to them. Flasciato's trying to catch back up to Milanista. Timnos is in 4th place at the moment. He's definitely looking a bit racy, trying to catch up to SV5. So the battle for the podium definitely not over yet. We saw a few problems. Who was it? Lost a lot of time in the pit earlier, actually. In the silvers. Someone lost a lot of time in the pits in the silvers. Can't remember. Whoever came first and second, probably. So yeah, we could see some more pit shenanigans. That starter button, it's amazing how much time you can save using that. I really do need to learn to use that thing properly. Car Mentalist is coming in the pits then. Yeah. Sorry, you go, Ken, yeah.
Yeah, no, speaking of the pits, Car Mentalist, as I said, into the pits now to get that stop cleared. These FRT drivers just taking turns at trailing SV5 there in that Ferrari. So just having goes at getting past and who can make the pass stick. But yeah, definitely an FRT battle unfolding there.
Yeah, Milanista's coming to the pits.
Come in.
I think this is a very, very clever. Yeah, now that they've got SV5 defending, that effectively could slow him up slightly. So if the rest of the FRT teammates come into the pits, it makes the undercut more likely, sort of thing. So yeah, very clever, I think, from Milanista to come into the pits with his FRT teammate all over the back of SV5. I think the best thing SV5 to do here would be to get into the pits himself and counter this move, because he does have Flasciato as well. So Milanista will be hoping to get out ahead of Flasciato when Flasciato comes out the pits, but he'll definitely be hoping that Tumnos has done enough to have SV5 in defensive mode long enough to lose a bit of time. Oh, slightest bit of contact there, but not enough to unsettle either car. Into the right-hander they come.
Milanista is only 3 seconds behind Car Mentalist, John. So already that pit stop looking to have paid off, I think.
Yeah, I think it has. I definitely think it has. Yeah, and there we go. SV5, he's come into the pits to counter it. Not only that, Jack, race leader, is in the pit as well. So it will be Tumnos that effectively takes the lead of the race at the moment. A lot of pressure. He was yeah, good call, SV5. MSX agree, and I think so as well. Definitely needed to double counter that. Didn't want to get held up for too long defending. So this is going to be an interesting one. Car Mentalist coming in to Sector 3 with Jack now leaving the pits. So he's definitely left. We're not going to jump back on board with Jack until he's completely cleared it, because it does mess the camera up ever so slightly. Pole time in the split, I think, was 46.8. So Jack is well and truly out the pits. Militant, that guitar dude's in there as well now. Car Mentalist coming round the corner. Jack, there's SV5. He's leaving the pit, and so is Militant. There's Car Mentalist coming through then. As SV5 leaves the pits, so does Militant. Milanista
gets past.
Yes, he does. He is past SV5. So that has worked out absolutely beautifully for the FRT team there. Absolutely stunning. Take a bow. Tumnos did exactly what he needed to do there. And I'll tell you what, Car Mentalist, SV5 is through on Carmen. Oh no, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. The timing board is lying to me. I thought he was through as well, but he wasn't. So that meant, yeah, Milanista would have been up an extra place, but he's not. So it is Milanista who's effectively in third at the moment, with Jack leading the race. Car Mentalist in second, Milanista in third, SV5 in fourth, which means Militant.
Pits now.
Or is that Flashato in the pits as well? This, it looks to me like Militant is, well, is he in fifth at the minute? I mean, Flashato's still got to come back out the pits, unless Flashato's had an absolute nightmare.
I think Militant's going to be in third position, John. Car Mentalist was only 10 seconds behind the leader, so Jack should be back out in front. Car Mentalist should be in second, and the FRT driver there who made that pit stop should be in third position, that Porsche.
Yeah, sorry, I mean the Porsche of ERS Militant. Militant started last.
Too many.
Yeah,
yes,
Militant started last, but he's now right behind SV5, who was in second. He was in third place, but he was overtaken by Milanista coming out the pits. So, yeah, it's going to be fun to see where Flashato comes out. We're coming along the pit straight now. Flashato has been released. There he is there. So Flashato has lost a bit of time then. Wow, so he has lost a bit of time. And I tell you, Militant, he is having the race of a lifetime, surely. The undercut is powerful. It really, 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 really is. CM Johnson, good luck, Jack West Ham. Or Jack UFC. And, yeah, 41, no, 46, was it 41? Wasn't 41 dead? Was it? No, it definitely wasn't. Definitely wasn't. Sorry, I'm just having a look. Right, so Timnos is coming to the pits. Here we go. We're going to get some conclusion to who is where. Ben Gallagher trying to get past that guitar dude. Tropic 10th. Neil Afonso 9th. There's going to be two places to begin then. Floppy Fox. Oh, he's come into the pits. He's the last driver to take his pits. Timnos is in the pits. Jack is coming around the last corner. Timnos, we know, was battling, so he's in the pits. Here comes the race leader around the last corner. He is on the start-finish straight. Timnos is still very stationary. Car Mentalist then is coming into the last complex, and Timnos still stationary then. Jack goes past comfortably. Floppy Fox still stationary. Timnos is now moving. Car Mentalist is coming out the last corner. I tell you what, the undercut may be powerful, but Timnos has been absolutely battering in the laps, and he has maintained third position with Milanista coming flying along the start-finish straight, so he's got the pace to close the gap then. Timnos, it does say second there at the moment. He is definitely in third. There's Car Mentalist just ahead of him, but Milanista is not far behind with SV5 and Militant. So it does look like Militant is up to 6th. I thought 5th, but it does look like Militant's up to 6th. SV5 is in 5th. Milanista 4th. Timnos up to 3rd place. So the FRT team there, Kane, they've played an absolute blinder and got their drivers up into 3rd and 4th position. Some cracking stuff there and some decent pit stop strategies from them.
Yeah, for sure. I thought Milanista had the run on his FRT teammate there in the Ferrari, Tom Nos. But, yeah, a couple of belter laps, like you said, from FRT Tom Joss has gotten him back out and into 3rd position. He's got a good chunk of that straight, Bentley straight there, as the gap from his teammate. So, yeah, good healthy lead there. And the guys behind, SOP, SV5, Militant, Shadow, they'll be all locked in a battle, no doubt, very soon.
Yeah, they really will. Flashato was on the man on the charge at the start of the first stint. They seemed to taper off towards the end of it, but he is going to try and close back down. But Militant then, he's taken up the Olympic torch. See what I did there? And he is carrying the flame. He is looking on. I tell you what, SV5 as well then. He is not particularly happy at being in this Porsche sandwich. Bentley, McLaren, Ferrari, Porsche, Ferrari, Porsche, McLaren, Ferrari, Ferrari. That is a fairly dominant field up at the top. Jack perhaps showing just how talented he is, with the only Bentley that's really done well tonight in the races. Oh, SV5 gets very close under brake and manages to hold that. He's got a great run on the exit. It really is difficult to overtake here, Mr. Desson saying, and it's going to be very, very difficult for Militant to get past SV5 or SV5 to get past Milanista, but this is the battle that we are being blessed with at the moment. Cars off track, car 21, Neil Afonso.
That's Neil Afonso.
Yeah, coming along from Riches Street in Montreal there. It's
So maybe
Ferrari.
a little bit of pressure from Tropic Rot, and that Tardo getting through as well.
Yeah, they were both getting shouts in the chat actually for doing well. I was just about to mention them, but this battle here is proving to be an absolute cracker. Now let me just get this so you can actually see what's going on properly. There we go. I did see someone earlier compliment the commentary. Thank you very, 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 very much. I didn't reply to that there. I was trying to keep up all the action, but thank you whoever it was. It was somebody new to the chat as well. CM Johnson, thank you for the follow. Vargas Simracing give us a host, and so did Mr. Desson. Of course, Mr. Desson subscribed tonight as well. But CM Johnson, thank you for the follow, but sorry, I don't get notifications through these earphones. I'm a bit busy concentrating on all the madness going on here. Stunning performance by SV5 under pressure, it really is. And you can see the type of pressure he's under. As Militant disappears into the blind spot, they're side by side along the start-finish straight. Kane into turn 1 to go.
Yeah, just Militant trying to go around the outside there of SV5, trying to undercut here now. Not quite getting it done, but yeah, boot full of pressure there from the ERS driver. It's all happening. Still 28 minutes left in this race, John. So an eternity in the racing world. 45. That's Ben Gallagher. A return to pits for Ben. So a little bit of contact or something. Not too sure who Ben was locked in battle with at that time. Could have just been himself, but not ideal. And 21 losing Neil Afonso off track again, John, on the main straight. So these guys really starting to struggle in the later stages of this race.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. Not much weather availability. Nice hot track. In fact, it was 39 degrees for the drivers in the silver race earlier on. And I think, Kane, can you check for me what is the track temperature at the moment? I can't see it from the current
Yes, we
display.
have 39 degrees.
Wow.
Today, yeah, this race as well.
Yeah, so they will
Jack
find the
UFC
tires.
really extended that gap now out to 16 seconds in that Bentley.
Wow. He really is just in an absolute league of his own this race. Although in saying that, the gap to Car Mentalist, it's not like it's got much bigger. The two of them, as I said, they're lapping at very similar pace. Meaning, yeah, it's going to be very difficult. But oh, look at SV5 then. He's got himself a bit of gap to Militant. He's got a run on the Porsche. Very difficult to make the overtake. Luke steps out as if he's going to make the overtake. Looks for the defensive move from Milanista. Milanista says, no thank you. I will hold my line and you will have to make the decision. Oh, he had no choice there. That's a contact. He missed his braking zone completely. He will wait, I can assure you. He's going to slowly wait and let the Porsche go back past him there. Yeah, that was the best of a bad situation from SV5. Missed his braking zone, trying not to completely torpedo his opponent, and unfortunately did collect him a little bit. So that is the end to that battle as far as SV5 is concerned. He was soaking up the pressure so well, but he has lost out there. He did collect Militant a bit, so hopefully not too much damage for Militant, but it is Milanista, Militant, Flashato that crack on. SV5 now in 7th position. So it's all happening still. Floppy Fox in 8th, Tropic Rot in 9th, that Guitar Dude in 10th. FRT Bez in 11th. Albi up to 12th. I've got Agfra in 13th and Neil Afonso in 14th. Neilio and Ben out. Mega Fs. Oh no, Neilio's still driving. Neil won't quit. Neil won't.
Oh, Militant. Militant and Flashado just had a small coming together too. Militant's lost it.
Milanista.
That's the one.
Yeah, they're both in Porsches. It's a nightmare keeping the two of them apart. But yeah, Milanista. Look. Oh, and Flashato.
Flashado's done a...
Sorry, on you go.
Yeah, Flashado done a good job to get through without major contact there, as Milanista was a little bit all over the place. So Flashado up into 5th place now, John. From 11th, big charge there, and ERS Militant up into 4th from a disconnect at the start.
Unbelievable drive from both of them. Absolutely. I thought Flashata was going to make a bit of contact with SV5 there just as you were speaking. That's kind of how I almost jumped over the top here a moment ago, but he did manage to back out of it. So Flashata, if he is carrying any damage, he's really going to have to... 34 messages were deleted by a moderator.
What?
Goodness me, Mr. Deathzone. How much bad language did you use? It's actually timed him out. Oh, it's only timed him out for 1 second. That's fine. Oh, and he's put it.
Just stupidly deleted all his normal messages. So he can bring... Yeah, the undercut is powerful. Deleted. It's so hard to overtake it. Deleted.
Why
Very
has it done
odd
that?
little... naughty, naughty, naughty Mr. Deathzone. Join the battle back here. SV5. I'm going to join the back of Flashado again here after that contact earlier on. Jack got a good lead. 28 laps done. 23 minutes still left, John. 16 seconds out to Car Mentalist. And the FRT Tumjos, with that pit strategy that paid off, sees him in 3rd position, only 2.5 seconds behind Car Mentalist.
Yep, with Militant, the man in 4th place. Trying to get another ERS driver on the podium. It's going to be a big ask though. 22 minutes and 11 seconds, but he's definitely going to be happy with the drive that he's got, starting at 17th and making his way up to 4th. Oh, Milanista. After that contact, he's making his way back into the pits to get some damage repaired. Militant, exactly MSX, absolutely insane. You've got to wonder what could have been at the front of the field had he been allowed to start from his original starting position of 4th. So yeah, I mean, disconnecting from 4th, and he's actually made it back up to 4th, which just incredible. Milanista and Albi both then in the pits. Agfra still out and running after that early incident. Neil Afonso still out as well. The back of the Ferrari not behaving as he would like. The Bentley of Jack though, absolutely solid. Was saying there will be some sweaty behinds when this is done. Ben's gone. Not sure if he disconnected or he had a crash in off-skate, but yeah, Ben has done one. Yeah, so we've only got 3 drivers have gone. Yes, mate. Clueless God did disconnect. He came in the chat to say he disconnected. And we did see someone have a crash earlier when it looked a bit jerky and we weren't sure if it was equipment. But I believe that was Milanista. Milanista's gone into the pits. He's got repaired. And he is back out and running. 29 laps in. Jack leading the race car. Mentalist second. Tumnos is now the man up into 3rd. FRT will be very happy with their finishing positions. Of course, Milanista collected in that late incident. The stewards could well be busy after this one tonight. The 1951 Snetterton track proving to be for, well, I was saying 1950, I was built in 1951. This track we're looking at was built in 2010 with this infield section. That was only recently added, so the track as we know it at the moment, yeah, 2010 when this thing came into existence. and it's certainly proved a lot of fun ever since. As a few of the drivers were saying, Kane, it seems a lot more like a go-kart track than an actual GT3 racetrack, and that's certainly been a bit of the case, shall we say, in the pro race here tonight.
Yes, very much so. Guys don't have very much room on track. It does have a very unusual shape to the track. It does.
Yes, it does.
30 laps completed.
Moving
SOP
swiftly on.
SV5 still trying to get a hold of Foreshadow up in front there. Those guys, again, still with 20 minutes left. Plenty of time to get anything done on track. Slightly closing the gap is Car Mentalist to Jack UFC there. Not anything overexciting happening just yet, but yeah, slowly eating away there. We'll have to see what happens there. Like I say, still 20 minutes left, 19 minutes left.
Yes, indeed. Oh, let me fix that. That shouldn't even look like that. It should look like that. There we go. Yeah, so still 18 minutes left to go and a lot of championship points up for grabs. I would join a Wetterton. Oh, in the wet might be better. In the wet round here might be better. That would be fun. I've never driven this track. Well, not on this game at least anyway. I have driven it on the Project Cars too, but yeah, this in the wet, oof, that would be, yeah, that would be a handful. That would definitely be a handful. And I've certainly seen a few handfuls tonight. Flechauto still hanging on to 5th then, and it is SV5 still trying to close the gap. Battling it out. These drivers had podium aspirations at the start of this stint, and that has been cruelly taken away by their fellow drivers and a couple of little incidents and mistakes. Jack well and truly off in the lead there. Sorry, Kim, you about to say something?
Nope.
Nope.
All good.
All good. SV5 then. There we go, coming into sector 3. Look how close he's got in here then. Into the right-hander. There's bomb hole done. Into Karam. Will we see anything on the exit to Murray's? Yeah, Mr. Deson, he is loving the most of it. I'm in the wall. I liked your race description earlier, Mr. Deson. My race in emotes, go, 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 I'm in the wall, and then a whole row of spanners. And yeah, that was pretty much that then. There we go. I did think the exit of Nelson's would see him get close. He's definitely in the slipstream, so SV5 definitely guarding himself here. 17 minutes he's got to get the move done. And there is blue flags waving. Ah, okay, because there's a driver on a parallel section of the track. Although I don't understand. What number is that? How could that be car number 15? Oh, Militant. It is Militant. So how could they be getting blue flag for Militant? That's nonsense. Militant is the next driver ahead of them, so I don't know why those blue flags were waving. But SV5 and Floppy Fox in the background there. Closing the gap. That Ferrari driver trying to catch up to SV5 in the Ferrari, who's chasing down Flechauto. The Mac has proven to be not too shabby around here at Snetterton this evening. The 75-minute race, of course, next week is the final race at Silverstone. 90 minutes when all things will be decided. Especially if... Oh, SV5's binned it. SV5's binned it at the start of the Bentley Straight, coming out the right-hander of Williams. And there you can visibly see a massive gap has now appeared between Flechauto and SV5, and Floppy Fox has gotten himself very close to SV5 now. So yeah, coming onto that Bentley Straight seems to have caused a massive issue, and I'll tell you what, Tropic Rot and that guitar dude are going to be closing in as well. One sneeze and you're in the English countryside. Yep, exactly. One slight move, and that's what we're saying here. Some tracks have got walls side by side, and you can think they're a nightmare, but ooh, sometimes having all that run off can be just as devastating. Car Mentalist in second. Let's give some camera time to the race leader, and we'll keep an eye on the lap times as they pop up,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah, there we go.
Carl Mentzler's got that gap within 14 seconds now, so that's another second and a half or so.
Alright, okay, so yeah, he's definitely closing. Right, okay, so there we go. We can see Jack on screen. So when he finishes this lap, we'll get this. Did the lap times pop up on this screen, I wonder? So we can see his last. I'm trying to see if we can get a quick readout of what sort of laps the drivers are putting in at the moment. Damn, that's a lot of DQs. Yes, it is, my friend. It is a lot of DQs. Coming in the last corner, Agfa with a 150.3. Right, we'll get the lap time on that screen. Jack's going to cross line 48.4. He's just put in.
Oh, Carl Mentzler's just losing control there, John, so he's going to lose plenty of time. Tom Joss is going to be all over the back of. He's going to have the run.
Oh, yes, he is. Coming out with Nelson's there, so a mistake then. Coming through Karam. And Tumnos, light at the end of the podium tunnel. The FRT team driver has had an absolute blinding race. He put SV5 under all kinds of pressure. Held him up nicely, used that massively to his advantage. Got a great run through his own pit stop. And I'll tell you what, didn't that guitar did start at SOP Wraith the McLaren? That guitar did he start the McLaren? I'm not sure actually. I think he might have started racing here in the McLaren.
That's an awfully difficult question, Mr. Death Zone.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
That guitar dude, without screenshots, I can't remember where that guitar dude started in this race, let alone what car he started SOP with. Let's run with the McLaren. You definitely seem to know more than we do.
Yeah.
Shh, don't say that out loud. 13 minutes to go, yes. Mr. Death Zone's looking for a job here.
I think he is, like. I think he is. We need an analyst here. A competent one. Hey, hey! I'm looking. Tumnos in. Plenty of screen time for the Ferraris. That's what we love around here. Now let me just do that and let me just do that. We have got... Leon Seeley's lost as well. Yep, no idea, my friend. No idea. It's all good. Yeah, no idea who's keeping up with what and who started where and what's doing what. Militant is now back down to 10th. What? That's Flashato behind him. Flashato's meant to be in 4th. What?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm completely confused by what's going on here. Militant's down to 11th. Milanista's in 11th. Militant. Somebody's binned something because it's all changed. SV5's in 5th. We saw him have a bit of a mistake earlier. Floppy Fox 6th. Tropic 7th. That guitar dude in 8th. Bez 9th. Agfa 10th. And then it's Milanista and Militant in 11th and 12th. So Militant has dropped it then. Wow.
Oh, yes, he has. That's the exit of Coram, I think, John.
Okay.
The left-hander there. Got awfully wrong. Just going to check here to see exactly what happened. Going back on track.
Yeah, so Militant has dropped it.
Something else is... Yeah, so it's been multiple...
Yeah, Kane's just going to keep checking then to see exactly what's been going on. Milanista, of course, earlier in an incident, but yeah, Militant down to 12th after that run. He was back up to 4th. There's a white flag waving there. That's a bit cheeky. Flashato is in 4th though. Floppy Fox 5th. SV5 is up to 6. So Floppy has got the move done on SV5 as well. Tropic Rot still trying to hold off that Guitar Dude. In fact, he's not managing that. That Guitar Dude's got the move done on Tropic Rot. Wow, it's all kicking off in the last 10 minutes then. Positions up for grab, mistakes left and right, and there's overtakes all over the place, and two very confused commentators because these timing boards are absolutely horrendous. But Neil Afonso 14th, Albies 13th, perhaps, Militant 12th, Milanista is in 11th, Agfra 10th place he's made it back to. Bez 9th, Tropic Rot in 8th, Agatardu up to 7th position. SV5 6th, Floppy Fox 5th, Flashato is in 4th, Timnos in 3rd place, Car Mentalist in 2nd, and Jack still off and running, but it is still the battle for 2nd place that we're going to watch. How's the race here? I got DC'd with 19 minutes left in the arms. Darnell, that's brutal. This race has been crazy. Is it going to get crazier into Nelson's? Oh, the Ferrari and the McLaren absolutely nose to tail. Oh, Darnell's in the top 10 as well. Unlucky, bud. Kane, any further forward on the Militant? Are you still we're having a look at Militant? Any further forward on any more mistakes that he made, or was it just that mistake Karam through Murray's that seems to have been his issue?
No, I think it's a timing board issue, John. We've got another cow problem. Is Flashato still just behind Militant?
Yeah. No. Is he? Wait a minute, Militant. Yeah, he is. Oh, why is these laps not counting?
Militant had quite the gap to Flashato when the incident happened. From my replays, Flashato never got past him.
Right.
And still hasn't. And Militant seems to be put a lap down. I think some track limits here with the wide circuit, not the wide circuit, but with the wide off.
Oh, right,
Grassy
okay.
areas are wreaking havoc on some of these offs that these drivers are having, because Militant, unless I'm having an absolute shocker and can't see straight, doesn't seem to have lost any positions with his off. Tumnos, though, having the drive of his life, of course, in 3rd position here, the number 7 Ferrari, within half a second now of Car Mentalist. So Car Mentalist struggling in the later stages of this race. 7 minutes left. Tom Joss closing that gap. Jack UFC got a good head of steam in front of him. He's just passed Milanista, who's struggled in the later stages as well. Maybe that's what's happened before. Oof, Darnell. Everyone might have missed a sector 1 timing coming into the first gear left hairpin. Yes. So I think it is a sector issue. They're not hitting the board properly on track or something or other. Because yeah, Milanista, they're gonna have to. Not Milanista. Militant is going to hope he's got a replay of everything that's happened there. Because from mine, Flashato hasn't actually passed.
That's really bizarre. It says he's done 36 laps as well, so it's still counting his laps. Bizarre. We'll need to try and watch it. We won't even get a full replay. Yeah, this track is already making friends. Don't go on board. I know, sorry Leon, every time I go on board, especially when I go on board at the bomb hole, it never ends well. It never ends well. For somebody at least. Usually it's fine for me. But then Tumnos then, absolutely. And as it's pointed out in the chat, Tumnos is having the drive of his life, and Car Mentalist is driving for his life here. Jack is off and running, 37 laps in, 4 laps still to go. So still plenty time to see these podium spots switch places. Floppy Fox was getting a bit more hype in the chat, and rightfully so. He is up to 5th, and he can see 4th position. And that 4th position is currently being held by Flashato, who had an absolutely outstanding stint 1, first stint. Oh, goodness me, too much excitement. To see himself charging up the field, dropped off towards the end of the front stint, but then the end of stint 2, he's coming back alive again. Tumnos Encarmentalist still absolutely hammer and tong. Oh, are we going to see any changes in the top 5? Is FRT 3rd and 4th at the moment? It could be 2nd and 5th if things keep going the way they are. Mercedes on Ferrari on McLaren, sorry, in both of these instances here. And it is the Ferrari chasing the McLaren in both of these instances. So I've clearly got to cheer on at least one of these Ferraris. And of course, Kane will definitely be cheering on both McLarens. Oh, what do we reckon, Kane? I mean, this is a big one here. Can the Ferraris overtake the McLarens in the last 3.5 minutes?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still stumped trying to catch what exactly has gone on here. Back to the action. Yeah, Tim Joss got the move done on Car Mentalist.
So he did. Oh, what? And he's suddenly 9 seconds ahead.
So Car Mentalist, there's something else we've
missed. Yeah,
have to check. Has been struggling with that car in the latter stages here.
Oh, Floppy! Oh, gently, go off the accelerator. Oh, and he's run off. Yep, and that's going to be a big cut. And I tell you what, SV5 is going to say. And hold his breath. No, don't. There we go. That was the inevitable contact from 2 drivers going into that corner. And SV5 is trying to let Floppy pass. Floppy says no thanks very much. On you go. So 2 gentlemen for the both of them. They've lost all the time. And so there we go. Tumnos did get past Car Mentalist, and Flashato did get past Floppy Fox. So the FRT teammates have been split up, but the two McLarens have been rejoined, and 2 Ferraris, SV5 and Floppy Fox, were almost joined, very, very, very close together. That's going to be a ticket. Yes, indeed it is. There's going to be a ticket for that one. Now, let's have a quick run down. See, we've got left Neil Afonso in 14th, Albion 13th, Militant in 12th, Milanista. The mystery of Militant, we still never know. Milanista is in 11th, Akfra in 10th, Bez 9th, Tropic Rot in 8th. Trying to close in on that guitar, dude. There's the leader on the final lap. It's Floppy Fox in 6th. Now he is trying to catch up to SV5, who is going a little past. So Floppy Fox is in 5th, and SV5 is in fact in 6th. Then it's Flashato in 4th. And the podium at the moment is Car Mentalist, Tumnos and Jack. And Kane, any update on the Car Mentalist situation? He was in 2nd, and he's a long way back in 3rd now.
Yeah, unfortunately my replay function is gone. That's Flashato going off track. There's lots of glitching here going on, John. I think the Discord server is going to be alive with server talk at the end of this race.
Right, okay.
I think that could have, yeah, from my view, Car Mentalist drifted into the corner very, very slowly in a glitch type manner. So it looked like the FRT driver behind done the same thing, so my replay function kind of wigged out on me and I lost everything. But our Mentalist, when we pick it back up, was that 10 seconds behind. So no idea. We've spent 10, 15 minutes now with 9 seconds left to the race to go, looking at silly replays explaining nothing.
Yeah, the replays, that's the problem with the replays function. Once you've used it, it can actually mess up the rest of your cameras and stuff. So, and if there is a glitch, it will just look like a glitch. So we're going to, as Kane said, the chat will be alive with the sound of complaints about the servers. Jack won't be complaining as he crosses the line to take first place here in the penultimate week of the Summer Series. Tropic Rod's got a drive-through on the last lap. Off. Tumnos gives it a wiggle. Second place for Tumnos. What a drive for the FRT driver, and Carmentalist will come round the last corner to finish in third, the last step on the podium. Flashato then, what a great finish, great race from Flashato then. All others were having charges, and I tell you what, he's done well. Finishes in fourth.
And Militant's ended 2 laps down, John, so just seen Militant cross the line there in front of Flashato 2 laps down, so definitely a timing glitch going on there. It's going to be alive, no doubt. Jack UFC haven't done those your glitches tonight, finishing the race 20 seconds out in front of second place. So huge win for Jack. And the FRT driver, Tumjos, is well and truly his best race of the season at second place. Puts him back on track, looking to join the middle of the pack with some points tonight. There's
Militant in the chat. Militant, what is going on? How come you ended up? We don't understand. Really don't understand how that happened, mate. But watch the replay, and we saw you go off slightly, and then you came back on, but for some, so saying I cut a whole sector.
Yeah, so that's that extremely deep infield there, or outfield, whatever you want to call it. Lots of grass there, and we did see that Militant. You did stay in front of Flashato. Neil Alfonso destroys the barriers at the end of the race. Going to be an interesting one to see how that all folds out. Might have to be talking to your fellow drivers, making sure they put the word in and see if you can get that fourth place rightfully restored. Militant. It's an awful shame, but great race out there tonight from everyone.
See, there you go. And people wonder why I don't use the replay function. It's still broken on my console. So there you go. We've just been kicked out. Let me just see if I can't cover my blushes. There's the pro tournament. There's the pro standings before tonight's race. That has literally just blue screened me out there.
Oh, and there we go, everyone. The familiar blue screen. We've missed.
We'll have maxed that actually.
All.
I know, we've not had that for a while.
We've
not had that.
Don't you dare say we've missed it.
I know.
You dare.
I know. But yeah, well, there we go. That is the end. An eventful race. We'll definitely look at the replays there. We can confirm that Militant, for some reason, did get absolutely robbed. J France GDF, thank you very much for the follow, along with CM Johnson tonight. 29 minutes ago for J France. Sorry, I really need to get those things sorted out, the notifications. But yeah, that was round number 6. So I was totally throwing me off with Militant and the PlayStation crashing. But that is the end of round 6, Kane. That is the silvers in the bag on screen. Next week we are off to Silverstone for 90 minutes around there. Oh yes, going to be good.
It sure is one way to finish off a season, John. Absolutely. And these guys will be looking forward to getting it underway and seeing who can come out on top. Carmentalist losing a couple. See what happened there. No doubt in the Discord chat later on. But yeah, a few little issues there tonight, unfortunately. And leaves it wide open to finish off the season.
It really does. It really does. It's been a pleasure as always calling both of these races tonight. Please feel free to go back and watch them both. Absolute crackers. And yeah, jump on my channel and watch my race from last night. It was amazing. I'll be back on Wednesday night putting Simon, Kane, Daxyman, Homeschool Racer, Ian Egan and all these other drivers firmly in their place at Zolder. That's right, come and watch me, Double O Raven, drive a Ferrari and beat all these people you thought were quick. You heard it here first. Then, on Saturday night, of course. On Saturday night, it's 75 minutes around Misano in GT4 cars. Why? Why? Baggy's in the chat. Is he? Oh yeah, it's Baggy racing. Never mind. But yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. Kane will be racing as well, and we will be back, of course, next Monday to bring you the final race of the season. So, thank you very, very much to everyone that raced tonight. Thank you to everyone that got involved in the chat. Thank you to me for commentating the whole race myself earlier. Thank you to Kane for joining me this race this evening.
And thank you for John for those massively bold statements. We can't wait to find out how they play out.
Yes,
Oh, this is going to be fun. Yeah, of course, everybody join in. We have got everything that John just said coming up. And next week, final round. Can't wait. Bring it on. Thanks again. Yeah, good night from me.
Yes, and of course Leon is looking for more pro laps, which I'm sure we can induce. But that is all for this evening. I'll be back to play some Warzone on my channel pretty soon. I'll see you all there. Everybody take it easy, stay safe, and good night.